Hello, I'm Bob. Today, I'm playing as the NCR. Not the NCR, the Baggers, which is an NCR expedition, currently led by Mr. Dr. Goddard, I think. However, haven't even started yet. Already have an event. Blast it. A clatter of assorted items smashed to the ground as Goddard swept his hand across the table. He needed a place to think in private, so he returned to his Vault City workstation. Goddard was not one for wanton destruction, but each and every time he ran the numbers, sorted the data, and accounted for every possibility, it all led to one conclusion. At this rate, the Boulder's axe won't last past the end of the decade, he muttered. It's 5 years. The heads of Nina, Paul, and James stuck themselves in the room alongside other students from the academy. They kept quiet for fear of aggravating him further. Goddard, however, noticed their presence. "You three in front of me." Now, all three stepped forward in front of his desk, asking the same question in a vague unison. "Yes, Professor." Goddard looked them over, then snapped his finger towards an ancient blueprint of a large circular facility. "When we reach Colorado, I am going to give you all a very special task. If this task is not completed perfectly, it will mean the death of one of the greatest minds left in this intelligent, strange world. I'm going to ask you one question and expect a simple response. Are you willing to risk this trip?" In short, there's his axe, and if I can fix it, then I get some decent bonuses. Which I should take this. However, gonna need manpower. I do not start in a very beneficial position at all. So why are these backwards? Alright. Do the opposite then. Nope, done the same thing the first time. There we go. Anyways. Industry, gonna need some of that. Same with factories. Worst problem there is any second now. Yep, numbers aren't good. The Colorado expedition set out slightly over 20 years ago as one of the last initiatives of the late President Tandy, endorsing research of the world beyond California. Both experienced researchers and neophytes, I think, made up the hopeful expedition, accompanied by 3 companies of soldiers, all set out eastwards to the old state of Colorado. It was an arduous journey, sailing upon the Colorado River through numerous old world states. While we came across many interesting finds, the only one worthy of note would be the crash site in the Grand Canyon, the wreckage of the old bomb station 002. While not measurable to the dome, it still held numerous secrets, leaving a small group there with the goal of further investigation. We continued eastward. That was the last time the expedition decided anything unanimously. The question of authority was always a point of contention at best. The officially appointed leader of the expedition, Dr. Goddard, held no real authority over his armed force. They refused to answer to anyone other than General Coolidge. Eventually, we realized, so now I can either choose Goddard, no one, or what's his name, Coolidge. I just rolled a dice, and it's chosen Goddard. So, even though I do quite enjoy the what was it? Some of these bonuses here. Look at that. Could have 10% political power. The dice has already made the claim. No, not claim, what's the word? Decision. Shortly after setting up a temporary base of operations and scouting around, we moved on to securing the dome. Around the facility's outskirts, we spotted some unfriendly faces. The Jackals, long exiled from California, had come out this far. They put up a worthy fight resisting us, but in the end they fled from our forces. Their half-crazed leader at the time, HOI4, I think, had his body torn into pieces by bullets, leaving the rest of those left behind to be put down effortlessly. What we found in the dome was nothing short of astonishing. Not even referring to the scientific miracle of the dome itself, a man from the old world named Presper and his companions, slumbering in a cryogenic sleep. After awaking them, we attempted to cooperate with them peacefully. Our short time spent together was productive, to say the least. Our fractious leadership continued to cause issue. Goddard tried his best to collaborate with him, but Coolidge refused to do so, eyeing the geezer suspiciously. So we can either get this one, it's good, or this one. Why would you choose this? This one, definitely better. I need a gun. Our second arrival on Colorado soil was met with more challenge than the last time. A lot has changed in 20 years. The once abandoned region now houses sparse but considerable settlements. We landed in the same place as before, and to our great surprise, we found our old camp still standing. The locals seemed to be awestruck by our return, as if we were some kind of saviours sent to mend their woeful society. We hoped that the sentiment would last, but we started hearing whispers from the Brigsdale, to Kimball. But the damned dreaded words spread around, carpetbaggers. Larson had taken a liking to the name, saying baggers has a nice ring to it. The troops seem to have claimed it as a badge of honour, so it's not likely to change anytime soon. The small number of local ghouls made a fuss and left the area, leaving the local welders union and some jet junkies under our jurisdiction. Everyone is starting to get tense. What splendid mess did we get ourselves into? To the west are religious fanatics that follow a great glowing one, who weaponize radiation, and to the east are the withered dogs, a ragtag band of ghouls, both former National Guard and old communist invaders. To the south the hangdogs, rule mostly of the plains of Colorado. Just before we left, the way north is somehow more dangerous and full of lethal plagues. But we have the plate against our back, and in every other direction are potential enemies waiting to strike. We're outnumbered, outgunned, and surrounded, and most of our soldiers look at the local ghoul population with distrust. While we need every gun in hand, can we jeopardize the expedition by trusting the zombies? So we can either choose anyone who will kill a ghoul, or more manpower. And little known fact, I need manpower. Anyways, as the baggers, you have the opportunity to shorten the length from the fuse before the three-way war between the baggers, luminous ones, and withered dogs begin. Playing as the baggers, the front-range conflict is set to begin 365 days after the game starts. Or Coolidge, as an avid military man, wants to heavily focus on military preparation. This scares your neighbours, resulting in each of his foci. Is that right? Maybe it is. I don't know, I never heard focuses be called foci before. Shortening time before the conflict begins to a maximum of 180 days. Alternatively, Goddard, a man of science and patience, is willing to gain time by acting less frightening and can lengthen the conflict to the same maximum of 180 days. A careful player may find themselves with as much time given to them as Goddard's path allows, but at the cost of having a less than stellar military before the conflict. Alternatively, through Coolidge's stratagem, may start the conflict itself. His methods are well tried and ultimately result in a better Colorado for all. I do know the dice has chose him, and I do want to see what this final focus does. However, I am going to choose this guy in hindsight. I like him. I did have a game with him like 2 weeks ago. Only got to like here and here, and said, time to go play Grimworld, I think it was. Or maybe it wasn't. Either way, I've made my choice. Game crash. Ow, no! Do you have a minute? Angus's voice broke Goddard's train of thought. I know why you're here, Agnes, Goddard said, letting out an annoyed sigh. I don't need some pep talk, but you're welcome in my tent. In which case, I'll take a seat. Agnes sat across the table from Goddard, giving him a warm smile. She imagined it might be hard to see him behind his wall of research documents. Are you mad at me? She asked him. Of course not. You've always been a close confidant. Someone prepared to pick the reasonable option in any situation. But you don't like that I took Coleridge's side. It's only natural to take the word of a military man on a military matter. Then why did you fight so vigorously earlier? I feel like this is my expedition. I want to do this my way. The Academy, Council, Congress, Tandy. They were always bossing me around. After all these years, I thought I could finally have my chance. But you can. You're still in charge of the expedition's scientific fronts. You can leave the military matters to Coolidge. I told you, I don't need a pep talk. You say lots of things you don't mean. Goddard did not answer. Instead, he picked up his pen and began scribbling away. Agnes knew this was a signal that the conversation was over. She gave him another smile and got up to leave. He called out behind her before she did. Oh no. This is, sent me back this way. Bit of a shame. If I could declare war on these now, that'll be good. Can't now, because currently invade. Be beneficial to me. But if this happened to me, I would not be happy. Right, the war has begun. Unfortunately, they attacked me here. That was actually a key. Oh. Alright, something like, most of my strategy. It's, they've stopped it. Because originally I had the strategy of, walk where they don't have divisions. Which, used to be quite a bit of land. Now, for some reason, it isn't, and I don't... Oh, I can move here, though. So I will. If I can hold here, that'd be good. Because I need to, win in the... Who are these people? The Withered Dogs first. Once I've done that, I can send all of this lot over that way. Red Mountain will be mine. And that's, that could have been better. If they, didn't go and do that. Hey, look at that. Focus on the luminous ones. Because I'm winning here. Quite confident in my success on this side of the war. Could I? No, I can't. Actually, maybe I can. Oh yeah, that's actually quite well. Right, keep doing that. Need to capture Julesburg. And... I have for it. Now it's only broad water I need to take for these. Once I have, and all good, Mr. Mussolini. I've moved forward here. So if I oh, that's bad. They do have what do you call them? What's his name? Iron Alliance volunteers. Actually quite strong divisions. Compared to mine, which aren't. Why do I keep getting... Oh yeah, I need to start doing these, don't I? Whoops. I'm supposed to leave it to have a surplus of manpower, which I have. Yeah, try beat you. I can, but they won't like me. You, ooh. Have me a plot. Look at that. That's encirclement. I'll try wait for them to get beaten. pin them. You try and move forward. See if it does any helping. You pin... No, not pin. Assist with them. You. Get moving. That could be an encirclement if I get lucky. Oh no, it won't be. That is good though. Are you beaten with the dogs? So now I can turn my full attention on the luminous ones. And you may think, how luminous? Man, I'd think the same. Anyways, chug water. Oh, no, they've stopped me here. Right, you take chug water. I could actually do that. I have a big what do you call them? 3 litre is it litre? Yeah, it is litre. Gallons a lot more. There's a 3 litre bottle next to me. I won't. I need to play HOI4, which I am. Need to take Red Mountain with this lot. Please do so. That's good. Right, they've instantly beat me. Oh, that's not good. You move forward there. You help beat them. Same with you. Pin them. Oh, I should probably keep moving now. You help pin them. That's good. Right. Look at that. That was a good war. Only a couple of months. The last shot in the war for Northern Colorado rang out today, as the ghouls never stood a chance against our superior discipline and firepower. A wind passes along the edge of the Great Rocky Mountains like a sigh of relief. It carries away the smell of gunpowder off the breeze. Off what? Oh, carries away the smell of gunpowder off on the breeze. Yeah, makes sense. But the stench of death and decay remains. It will remain until folk clear it away to build something better. That's the hard part, isn't it? In short, I've won. I'm happy. I have chosen Mr. this guy, Coleridge, and at some point, he'll become my leader. Outpost Coleridge never been so full of life in the last 2 centuries. Most of the soldiers were there, leaving the positions they'd manned for over a year to celebrate. Numerous campfires set the night ablaze, overshadowing the stars. Talented musicians played the guitar, and their comrades' songs filled the air. All you could hear were songs of love. A table was set up in the centre, far from everyone else. Dr. Goddard and General Coolidge sat there, quietly talking. Despite the cacophony around them, they heard each other perfectly. "It is finally over, ain't it?" commented the General, tightly holding his mug of beer. He liked the sour taste of and hated shots. "On the contrary, it has only begun," answered the Doctor with a serious look. "Oh, come on." Huh? Oh, I get it. It's because he's drunk. "For a scientist, you can sometimes be overwhelmingly uninspired." It was clear Coolidge was already somewhat tipsy. What can I say? My thinking is formulaic. Goddard sipped from his cherry lambic, a luxury bought all the way from modest town. "You just make a joke? I cannot believe me is. You should drink more often." "Maybe, but to be serious, we actually have a lot to do. The dome is still under enemy occupation. We're running out of time. We need to take a rest. Murders did, and we're all tired. Planning can't say that on YouTube. Yes, you're probably right. I'm just getting impatient," answered the Goddard, accompanied with a large sigh and a long sip from the cherry lambic. Oh, no more words. They are back, and soldiers shouted as the battalion arrived at the outpost gates. They were a strange bunch. Smiling soldiers on duty were quite the rarity. Their squad leader cut through the entire square of the outpost, seeking to report to the general himself. Corporal Matthias Christiansen, reporting for duty, sir. The raid on the local cow spots creamery was successful, and retrieved the requested supplies. Good work, Corporal, said Coolidge, who stood up from his table and turned on the microphone he had. A scientist had fixed one up for him before an engineer could. Everyone listen up. You're entitled to an ice cream ration today only. Report to the mess as soon as possible. We'll treat okay. What? We'll treat... I don't know. Announcement done. The general turned to the corporal. Corporal, can I trust you to hand out the rations to everyone? Of course, sir, he answered. He then stood his ground for the next few hours against the troop charge from fresh recruits to veteran. Everyone acted like a child when they heard ice cream. Form a line, all of you. Form a line or nobody gets any ice cream, you hear me? Matthias, I think, or Matthias, so one of them, shouted as he started to herd the pack of soldiers. Would you like some, Doctor? He asked the general, handing out a portion for his table mate. Amazingly, he smiled and accepted the gesture. Now, well, at least they didn't still have him speaking in drunk voice, because I could not have done that. Still, it is time for war. Unfortunately, there was a raid, which has prevented me from being able to just declare war on them. Because originally they had no divisions there, and I could have just walked straight across. However, that's not good. I've decided to hold here because I hope that'll be better. Actually, I could probably oh no, he's got that already. I'll give him that, this, and that. Is it a good idea? No. However, that's actually it's done well. He doesn't go S-Amlers actually quite a bit. So, could I pin some of these? Perhaps. And this is it's actually quite a travesty. I'd originally hoped to a lot of words I need to not read at the moment, I'm busy. Oh, that's not good. Not good. I need to beat these in, I can't. Yeah, I said I can't. Now I am. It's actually surprisingly quick. They just stopped right here, then I clicked on one of them and it retreated. So I was able to move at least some tiles forward. This is up here. It's not good. Actually, could I can beat them. Could also beat them. Can I encircle those, perhaps? If I can, I would be delighted. Oh no, that's not going well. Whoops. Could I maybe beat these, perhaps? Hopefully. It has been, close to an hour since I last spoke. And it's not going well. The overall, war, that is. Oh, that's bad. I wanted to prevent them doing that. But I was unable to narrate due to an increased volume of my surroundings. Either way, war's bad. If I can capitulate these, glow bugs lot, maybe I could win. I'd find it. In hindsight, I'm not winning. More divisions won't help me. This is that's not good. Let me try pull back. Oh, yep, pull back. That's a good idea. Oh, they're walking out a boulder. That is divine. Please win, please. Oh yay. Radiation. You ever heard of him? That's all good, Mr. Mussolini. What is... Oh, what's all this? Oh. Who is Sergeant Elk? Well, that says Eli. I don't know what any of this means. Just click it all. Oh. What? Okay. Oh no, that was a bad idea. Why have I done that? I didn't read it, that's why. Right. I think I've, done an oops. Well, that's an encirclement. That's gotta be good. Yep. This is definitely one of the wars of all time. Sure is. Yep. Oh yeah, I'm beating them. No, I'm not. Ooh. Yeah, they've got a lot of divisions, don't they? That's a shame. Somehow, I have actually capitulated the glow bugs. That's good. That just could allow me to win. Give it a try. Numbers wise, it's abysmal. I do not have confidence in the numbers. Alright, those are beaten. Can't beat them. Those are moving forward. Alright. Ooh. If I can get these... Alright. No, can't. Oh, I can get, yeah, those. That's something. Maybe, sign you over there. Could be, good. Pin these. You move forward. Yes. That is good. Very good. Those need to... Ooh. They are getting beaten. Oh, I won them quite well. That's good. Vault 27. Oh no, these are the sides to go on the day trip to Spain. Don't know why. Yeah, that's good. Anti-tank. Need some of him. I'll keep these pinned. I have. Good. Yes. Winning. That I am. Oh. An encirclement. Delectable. Where else? Here and here. And a little bit over here. Yes, good, good. It is. Add more factory. Oh, what are you? Oh yeah, these. Yep. Sure is. You move forward. Can I assign all of these here? I can, very well indeed. Again. Delectable. Yeah, beat these. You. Uh-huh. Yep. The bullpen. Gotta get me one of them. Medicine Townville. Yep. Sounds important. So it's not even just a town, it's also a ville. Couldn't circle them. That's good. Snake. To the boat. And stop these two. Oh, they have stopped. Alright, that's good. Yay me. I've taken the boat. Now to take the penitentiary. Pin these. Beat them. You stay there actually, and you take those two. Yeah, that's good. You keep going around. Keep taking. Go around to the little snake camp. At least it isn't the big snake camp. Because then they're too far to walk. I don't know if I have any special ops. But the new capital is Vault 27. Gotta beat them, I do. Well, that's that's got some bonuses. Sure does. Take that maybe. Well, that's bad. They be beating me. Yaug. Why am I a pirate? Silver thorn. Yep. Take that. You take that empty tile of little value. Yep. It's very bad. Oh, no. Don't do that. Vault 27. Have I taken that yet? I have nowhere near done that. Right. Mall Town. Yep. Need one of them. Don't know why this front line looks like that. It just does though. Alright, Vault 27. Taking that. They've moved their capital. Ain't that great? Should have known. Now, oh, no. I won. Very good. Alright, I figured out how to fix the dome. Strolling into the remains of Boulder would be a suicidal mission. That's something the whole officer corps agreed on. Thus, they drafted a rare cross-branch coordination to assure the success of the scouting operation. While Ranger Welding and PFC Peterson understood the situation, they couldn't pretend that they like it. Let's keep up the pace, rookie. We're getting close to the vantage point. I'm not a rookie, Rancher boy. Stop calling me that. You first. The lack of respect between the Rangers and the trophies to the Rangers troopers were only good for decorations was one of the many small problems within the army. After I take my position, you should approach the city, avoiding the odd roads that lead there. Also, try not to disappear between the houses, or I will not be able to cover you appropriately. Additionally, shut the hell up, you're no boss of me, Pioneer Scout. Peterson stormed down the hill after telling Welding off. The designated vantage points were on Hill 303 and Hill 720. Welding set up his sniper nest on the lower altitude one, and then spoke into his radio, doing his best to suppress the displeasure in the situation. Listen up here, Peterson. While I would rather not work with a trophy, I would rather do it than drag your corpse back to HQ. Don't do anything stupid, and I'll look after you, okay? Now please, approach the suburban ring, slowly. You can also do this one. Entering Dome City, as more and more people started calling Boulder, was a lot scarier than expected. While PFC Peterson jogged around the perimeter many times, she avoided every confrontation. Ranger Welding only ever saw the city from a bird's-eye view until now, and the shadows of the ruins started to pose a real danger to him, but they were expected to accompany the squad from the 2nd platoon of Zombie Company while they headed into the ruins. So Corporal, Captain Matthias, I think his name was 2 T's earlier, Christiansen, but you can call me Matt if you like. What can I do for you, Ranger? Numerous Christians raised through Welding said. Most were tactical, but we also questioned the lax attitude and thin numbers. The rest of Zombie Company, under Captain Davidson's command, secured every building and street they strode through. What's the name of the squad? Never did catch it. While his mission with Peterson only began recently, their personalities began to influence each other. The Ranger was starting to relax more, which was helpful. Stress killed more people than bullets in Colorado. We call ourselves the Luckies, you see. There were multiple times when only sheer luck. The sound of a throttle from a service rifle deafened the squad. Peterson learned a lot of things from Ranger, like how to be more alert for rushing ferals. Nice work, Peterson. Well, Welding radioed it in, sounding impressed. What's this do? I know. What do I need for this? Outposts, right? I am building them. Good. Dome City seemed a lot nicer without all the feral ghouls and radioactive puddles all over the place. Granted, there were still puddles, but there were fewer and fewer. Corporal Peterson and Ranger Welding were walking through the main street, holding hands while delivering the updated parameters for the structure of Camp Stone. While burgeoning, I think that is, love is usually not supported in the military, there was flexibility on the frontier, especially for valorous soldiers. The Zombie Company almost entirely withdrew from Dome City, only leaving behind platoons to help secure the base. The Luckies and 2nd Platoon were among them. Sergeant Christiansen, he had got bitten by one of the ferals in the onslaught, which gave him a dose of radiation fever. but he insisted on standing guard while rivalry surged into him through a cheap tube instead of laying in a hospital bed. He got a gold star for it, on top of his promotion. With the zombie company gone, the largest presence was the 5th Engineering, officially led by Major Briggs. Nobody saw him around the camp, however, which gave rise to the idea that a corporal was the highest officer around. Corporal Diane, specifically. She had a certain charisma, but the constant duties of a quartermaster kept her away from most other concerns. The pair gave her the new parameters before turning back to HQ, hand in hand. Willie, Peterson began. I was thinking, I grew quite fond of you, and because of our work, we could bite the dust at any moment. Probably foolish of me, but I'm not waiting around. What are you getting at, Millie? Marry me, Welding. What? I'd say it was going to take a year. I don't know, do I have a year? I've got a year. And you're absolutely sure that we shouldn't put charges over the main entrance? Yes, Coolidge. As I already told you, it will be completely unnecessary, and please tell Briggs the same. No disintegrations. It's like stair wars. The doctor and the general were walking around the dome, studying the facility. Their eyes hungrily scanned every possible detail on the surface. The nose of their base camps filling the air, filling the air around them. Personnel of all kinds coming to study the location and set up support. Then tell me, as my impatience is killing me, how we all get into the dome. Coolidge was rightfully annoyed, as Goddard had been deliberately holding back his brilliant solution. The same way Presper sneaked in his mercenaries when he backstabbed us through the quarantine centre's entrance. But that door is twice as thick. We'll never get through there without multiple mini-nukes. Who said we haven't got the Who said we'll have to force our way in through the dome, my dear General? They arrived at the backside of the facility and stepped up to a terminal. Presper did one beneficial thing for us in the end. He wrote down the code for his mercenaries, and one of them was stupid enough to lose it at the entrance. Goddard pulled out a little notebook from his lab coat and turned the page to the last. A piece of paper was under a frame. It was old and damaged, but in readable condition. I waited 20 years for this, Coleridge. Whatever. We all did, Goddard. All of us. Now don't waste any more time on theatrics. Open it up. Let's get to work. I have now opened the dome. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Wow. All of my, Special Forces units have just evaporated and have been replaced by a single Ghoul division. I'm upset. I never thought I'd be here again. Nothing changed at all. Goddard spun in the swivel chair, looking about the room. The first room on the right, after stepping out of the main entrance elevator. The main elevator, not entrance, was Goddard's old office. A thick veil of dust had set in. Research papers were strewn about. A mug to his right, dried up coffee spot. If he raised his head just a second 20 years later ago. What? Oh, if he raised his head just a second later 20 years ago, that spot would be dry blood. Funnily enough, the colour would be the same. I never expected you to be the nostalgic kind. I imagined you would rush down to the basement where your previous beep machine. Oh, precious. What fool I am. Coleridge was watching Goddard's act like a giddy child, not used to seeing such behaviour from the bold man. Let me just enjoy my victory over Presper for a little bit longer. He died not long after we left Colorado. What kind of revenge could you celebrate now? He took all of this from me, but now that we're back, I reign victorious. His slight is undone. You think this is all about you, not justice, not the dome, but your damaged ego. You dragged us all out here for your petty revenge. You've got to be kidding. Coleridge's rage was built with every word, his face making clear how done he was. The armory has some toys for you to go play with, General. Goddard made a dismissive gesture. Coleridge walked out. It was all he could do to maintain decorum, but not without some choice parting words. Got another layer to the dome. Yay! Are you sure this is necessary? Coleridge asked, climbing out of his power armor. Your armor provides significant protection against gas and radiation. I don't suggest testing it against the blue flu. These suits are well tested against it. The two of them donned their biohazard suits as they spoke. They were not unlike Vault-Tec jumpsuits, but based on an older design, much bulkier, and a lighter blow. How can we be so certain the plague is still alive down there? Coleridge asked, very uncomfortable in his suit. He felt vulnerable in it, and he could see less with his helmet on. Scanners still suggest it's in there. Nobody's forcing you to join me, you know. Like I'd let you go alone, Coleridge said as he stepped into the decontamination chamber to the right. Goddard went into the left-hand one. I just don't feel comfortable going so deep underground. Are you claustrophobic? That's curious. Giving you time in a walking box. Goddard's tone indicated genuine surprise. You got a problem with that? Coleridge barked back. Oh no, not at all. If you are, and are still willing to risk a journey, I respect you more for it. I now get the... Oh no, I don't. Like 15 energy. What's that mean? Probably that. Yes. Oh, look at that. Got a little picture. How are you holding up? Goddard asked Coolidge, who trailed behind him. The general stood straight, too proud to display his fear. I'm fine, he replied, curtly. The tunnels were the barest part of the facility. They were damp and dark, which reminded Goddard that they needed to fix the waterworks and generators. Both of them gripped their flashlights tightly. Have you tried visiting San Francisco before the She City? Before the She City, Goddard asked, abruptly breaking Coolidge's train of thought. Yes, once. Part of a military delegation. Why? Goddard reached up and grasped the cable that connected his suit to the central system. We're like the trams they have there. Did you see those? Coleridge let out a nervous laugh. Yeah, we all are those. They continued deeper into the tunnels, searching for the means to power the elevator and descend, yet again. Can I do the next focus? No, I cannot yet. I need 25 energy. Yippee. I have 4. Oh. Goddard couldn't hide his nerves. He felt like the wasteland, the wars, the diplomatic sparring, all that was double. Oh, doable. Having to face his greatest failure, the machine they had to abandon. That was another story. His bald head was coated in sweat. It's quite hot in here, isn't it? Goddard asked Coolidge. He tried to wipe the sweat from his brow, only to be reminded he was wearing a helmet. It really isn't, the general responded. He was relieved to finally be out of those narrow corridors. We might be going deeper, but my personal circle of hell is behind me, he commented as the elevator took them down. I would have never guessed you read Dante's Inferno, General. I am full of surprises, Goddard. This little adventure won't stop reminding me of it, and now I'd say your final trial is commencing. The elevator finally settled on the last level. The doors began to crack open. What was the engraving on the entrance of hell again? He could tell Goddard had paused, taking a moment to make peace with his own fear. Oh, there's a 5th level. Where's that? Where's that? Is it a decision? No. Is it one of you? No? What are you? What's this? Where's the focus? Am I missing something? Where is it? What have I done wrong? Am I a fool? What? Oh, I think I found it. There were buttons here. And then, what are all these? That's a map. Rewards. Don't know what I'm doing yet. I think I found it. I can't figure out what I'm supposed to do next. Going through just about every decision it has. Nothing new I could do. Done all these questions multiple times. Oh, Texas is formed. So I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. Think I've done all I can do. Maybe. So just leave it here. I think. So, that's all. Bye.